Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And wow, we got another absolutely magnificent show coming your way today. And guess what? We made it. It's Friday. It's Friday. Hey, Todd, we done made it through Friday, man.
Yeah. Friday!
You know, I'm excited about the show today. We got an absolutely fantastic guest that's going to come on and share some of the things that she is doing. And I'm excited to have this guest on to talk about these things and also bring enlightenment to each and every last one of you. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, James. How are you?
You know what I mean. If I'm tickled pink already, I'm excited about this guest, and she's using one of my favorite phrases, "Make it happen." You know,
you're not supposed to tell the title.
No, I ain't telling the title. I'm just
part of the title.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen today.
Yes, we are.
Especially with this fantastic guest. And I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether it's E360 TV, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, or over 68 live platforms, including KCBQ, AM 1170, Answer FM 96.1. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of the conversation, just go to the comments wherever you're watching us at and ask any question or pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344-1170. How you doing, Todd? I know it's about time to get started.
Yes, we're locking everybody in here in 3, 2, 1.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Wow. As you see, I'm excited. Enthusiasm is up on me. You know, I'm proud to be alive today. And I hope you are too. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and ready for this absolutely fantastic show. So I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching us on, was it E360 TV, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, or was he listening to us on the radio, KCBQ, AM 1170, Answer FM 96.1, iHeartRadio, Spotify, whichever platform that you get, welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of this great conversation that we're going to have today, once Michelle introduce the title of the show and introduce this fantastic guest.
Most definitely.
If you want to be part of the conversation, again, 1-888-344-1170. Michelle, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with this amazing guest today.
Well, I tell you what, can you do the honors and introduce this fantastic guest and introduce the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this fantastic guest?
Yes. Well, the title of today's show is Making Life Happen, the Imperial Valley Youth Summit event. And we're having a sit-down conversation with Felicia Y. Carter. She's a certified life coach and an author. And we're going to talk about developing positive life skills and coping mechanisms, setting realistic goals for academic, athletics, and personal growth, guiding clients to life's next best step, and empowering change and lasting transformation. So Felicia Y. Carter has been working in the Department of Corrections for the past 15 years. In her early years, she became active in her community by working in outreach, where she completed her SART and crisis intervention certification through the SURE helpline. In 2013, she became a licensed evangelist and later became a licensed minister of the gospel in 2018. She became an independent consultant for paparazzi, $5 jewelry, naming her business Making It Bling Happen, is now at the director level. Throughout her life, Felicia's had the opportunity to mentor, coach, and inspire people across the United States. She has a love and desire for helping everyone she comes across. The one thing Felicia will always be known for is her smile, encouraging, kind words, and always praying for everyone. She loves spending time with family, friends, playing with her grandkids, traveling, cooking, having barbecues, baking, watching Christmas movies, watching football. And, she has done so much. And she's also an author, and she's going to tell you a little bit about that. So please welcome to the show, Felicia Y. Carter.
Hey, how you doing, Felicia? How you doing today?
I am wonderful. How are you doing? How are you doing, Michelle?
Doing great, Felicia.
Awesome.
It's an absolute pleasure having you on the show today, and I'm all excited to hear all the great things that you're doing and how you are encouraging others and helping others and teaching others and inspiring others. So all of those are so important to making life better for everyone. So, Felicia, besides what Michelle read in your bio, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about Felicia Carter? Where you was born, where you grew up, what inspires you, some of your ambition that you're going to achieve because you are making it happen. So just start off with that for
Okay. Well, first of all, my name is Felicia Carter. I am a life coach here in El Centro, California. Well, most of you may not know where that's at, but we are on the map now, so you can actually Google us. But I was born and raised here, and I asked my father, he was a Green Beret in the United States Army, and asked him, out of everybody in the world, every place in the world, why El Centro? There's nothing here. He said, because it's safe. So I had to accept that, coming up. And for me, it's like I'm the oldest of three. I have two sisters under me. And then I also have three children, one deceased, passed away from lymphoma cancer. And I have three wonderful grandchildren. So they keep me going. And what I do here in Imperial Valley, let me start. When I was in high school, I was in peer counseling. And I've always wanted to be like a psychologist or something that's going to help, to be able to encourage, people. And when I started to do that, I was like, how can I take it further? So never did, become a psychologist. It took me 34 years to get my bachelor's degree, but hey, it's done. So, and I got that in management. So, as I've gone on, after my son passed away in 2017, I had to figure out what I was going to do with myself, because I didn't want to sit there and, have pity on me, or couldn't figure out why, he had to pass away. So I started taking classes. So I have like over 21 certifications. I have my degree, also a licensed evangelist and minister. And I started working with the people. I started out working with adults, but then I saw how detrimental it was for our youth, because our youth are our future. And if we don't assist them now, how are we going to take care of ourselves later? So that's where Making Life Happen came from, is actually sitting around, listening to people, trying to, figure out where I'm going to go in life. So how can I make my life happen, is what, came up with me, came to me. So now that's the name of the organization, Making Life Happen. How can I help you to make your life happen?
wow. I mean, that's a whole lot now, a lot of things that you're doing. I tell you what, seem like you're a very busy young lady. If you had to choose one adjective to describe who is Felicia Carter and why you're so passionate about what you're doing, what would be that adjective and why?
I don't know if I can sum that up in one word.
No, that's the word, but I mean, you can add on to whatever.
I would say joyful. I bring joy to every and anything that I do. I found out that the troubles of life will bring you down, But why would you want to stay down when there's so much more to live for? When there's so much more you can be doing? A lot of us look at the world today. We don't need to look at the world today. We need to look at us. How are we going to make us a better person? How can we make this a better place to live? What can we do to help to assist somebody else to make their life better? It's not all about just one person. It's about all of us as a community. How are we going to do that? How are we going to make each and every one of us joyful? How are we going to work on each other to help people come out of the fear, come out of, whatever they are going through? How can we do that? We can help each other to make everybody's life happen.
Oh, well put. Hey, Felicia, can you tell the audience about making life happen and why you established this as a title of today's show?
There's a lot of things in life that we go through, and people don't know how to make stuff happen. They get stuck in their rut and want to say, well, I'll just give up. No, everything is in the making. Your rut is in the making. Everything you want to do is in the making. So you can make your life happen. You can, like I had the other business, making bling happen. Everything is, I'm going to make something happen. When you wake up every morning, you're making something happen. So just start making life happen. The reason I came up with this title today is because this is the name of my organization. And I want anybody that comes around me to say, oh, what are you trying to make happen? Oh, no. What can we make happen? How can I help you make something happen? And it's a conversation grabber. So I love the fact that, this title was not given to me for me. It was given to me for everybody else. Because when God comes up in the midst of it, this is what happens. I love the fact that I can go out and say, hey, how can I make your life happen today? And, now I get it. Coach Carter, how are you going to make my life happen today? Okay, let's talk about it. How are we going to make your life happen today? Sometimes you got to turn that table back on these kids because they think that it's like they come at it as a joke. But once we finish, it's like they figured out their own situation that they were going through. It only takes a conversation.
It only takes a conversation to make a difference in someone's life. Someone's life or other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I love how you put that. And I tell you what, we're going to take a station break right now. But we're going to come back because we got a lot more Felicia Carter that we're going to talk about. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do, easy way to do it is pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Doctor James JC Cooley. All right.
We live in a world today that people don't even care about how people see them. Don't realize that we can affect an entire generation and build our character. But you gotta do it with these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, my guest here is Felicia Carter, and what we're talking about is making life happen. It's up to each and every last one of us to make life happen, because joy and happiness comes when you make things happen, when you believe in yourself, when you have that self-confidence in you, and when you don't sit back and stress out over everything that you have no control over. That's what many of us do because we lack self-confidence, and we're guided by others or whatever they say. That's what we do. I say you can pull inputs in what anybody is telling you from all that we call it outside noises or whatever that is. Some of it is good, some of it is bad, but you have to be able to distinguish between what's going to help you out and what's not. So I tell you what, Felicia. With that being said, first of all, making life happen. What is your target audience? Who are you trying to reach?
When I first began making life happen, I was gearing towards relationships with, married couples, trying to help them to bond their relationship back together, trying to give them tools to say, hey, we really don't need to divorce. Let's try and work it out. It's about a communication. But as I started working with, the married couples, I started seeing how the children weren't being, catered to. So then I was like, wait a minute, this may have to go in a different direction. So I started, saying, hey, I'll work with you, but I need to work with your kids as well. So as I worked with the kids, come to find out it was more detrimental to them than it was the parents. So after, working with the, youth, I started getting more and more into youth. Like, hey, how can I help the youth? Where do you need assistance at? How can, you talk to me? And it's like a lot of the kids now, they open up to me. So now I'm working more so with the youth. I'm trying to get into the different school sites. So therefore, I can, work some one-on-one with some of the youth that they may have that may be troubled or just won't open up to anybody. Because the things that I've, come across, they're saying, oh, well, that's a counselor, or, that's a psychologist, or, that's a social worker. And I'm like, hey, I'm just here to make your life happen. I'm a life coach. So I'm kind of like at your level. It's like, don't look at my title, look at what, is going on with me. So right now, my target audience is pretty much the youth, but I still work with parents as well.
So what are some of the functional life skills you teach your clients in developing ways to overcome everyday stress and the challenges that they face?
The one thing that we do in some of my in most of my workshops, we sit down and we go over a variety of things. I teach them how to write. If you don't want to talk, you know how to write. If you don't know how to write, you know how to text or you know how to type. So that's the world we're at we're in today. It's like I don't want to write, Miss Carter. I'm afraid to write. Okay, well, text me. So we use those type of coping mechanisms for them to start releasing. We teach the deep breathing, we teach the relaxation, the meditation, to help them to understand that you can clear your mind, clear your body, clear your soul, so we can talk. You can just release. Stop being afraid that someone is gonna judge you, because I have a no judgment zone, because there's things that I've been through that I asked, why I went through it. But now I know why. It's to be a better person, to assist everyone that's coming into me. So there's different techniques that we can go over. There's different things that we will do, but it takes you to help you to be a better person. I can only help you to make your life happen when you step up to the plate.
So how can people identify and replace negative coping mechanism with healthy alternatives, where they push that negativity to the side and open up a new way of learning and different mindset? I mean, changing the mindset, I believe is
right. Changing the mindset, it starts within. These are some of the things that we discuss, that we talk about. It's like, how do you change your mindset? It's like, you got to start thinking differently. You got to start doing things differently. If you're running with a circle that's going to continue to get you in trouble, you have to move away from that circle. Is it easy? No, it's not. It's a process. And how do we go about it? We take it one day at a time. We take it one moment at a time. Like I tell them, you got to start off with 1 second, 1 moment, 1 day. It's like you build yourself up to it. You can't just do something, and say, oh, this is going to happen overnight. No, it's not, because you didn't get there overnight. So how are you going to get out of it overnight? What I was always told as a child is that Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's like it took a time for that to be built. So wherever you're at right now, we're going to work with you. We're going to talk to you. And, like some kids or, anyone that I'm with, they may not like being confined in a setting. So I'm like, let's go sit outside. Let's go sit at the park. Let's go sit somewhere where you're comfortable, where you're going to feel like you can open up. Let's go put our feet in the grass. There's different ways of helping people to cope with what they have going on. And it's up to me to make sure that they find the right path that they're going on, instead of being stuck in this negative, this negative mindset. So we have to figure out what's causing that negativity. Was that negativity something that was like from a childhood trauma? Is that negativity because that's just, that's your environment? A lot of times we don't understand that you can try and be as positive as you want to, but when you're dealing with a lot of negativity around you, we have to clear out that. For a prime example, when we have a lot of clutter around us, our mindset stays that way. And we have to start removing the clutter. We have to start removing the negativity. We have to start speaking positive. We work on positive affirmations. As I, tell them, it's like, you got to start saying every day when you wake up, I am enough. I am worthy. I can do this. I'm going to make this happen today. It's like, you got to get bold with it. When how you get ready to go get in a fight, it's like, what's up? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do it? It's the same thing. You look at yourself in the mirror and you talk to yourself and you tell your negative ways, you get out of here. I don't have time for you. I'm getting ready to do this. It's like, I talk to them like that and they're looking at me like, Coach Carter, I said, let's try it. So we pull out the mirror and we start going in with it. And then it's like, now it's become a repetition for them. So now they can walk in confidence. They can walk in, like, hey, I've got this. No, just hold on. I'm going to do this. I'm like, okay.
Wow. Hey, you know what? A true coach. I popped on. I'm listening. No, it's what you're saying is true. You're speaking true. Mm-hmm. And, it's just like we talked about earlier, mindset and being able to adjust to certain situations and certain things, so how can identity replace negative coping mechanism? We talked about that one a little bit, so what roles does self-awareness, you mentioned that, plays in improving, and I like to call it a healthy mind, a healthy mindset. Align yourself to know that you can. You can do anything you set your mind to, but you can't do unless you want to. You can't do unless you want to. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. As I tell people, it's in you. I'm only here to coach you. It's just like you going out on the field, you're playing, let's say football, because that's my favorite sport. You're out there, they're giving you your plays, whether you're on defense, you're on offense, you're on, the receiving team, you're the kicker, you're the quarterback, whatever it is, you have your position. And when you have your position, you know your role. But see, when the coaches give you your position that you're out there on that field doing, do they give you the mindset to go do it? It's like they'll pump you up. Yeah. Let's go get them. Let's do this. Let's do that. Okay, but how do you do that? That's where the life coach comes in. To let me tell you how you can set your mindset, how you can set your goals, how you can set your ability, how you can make things happen for yourself. Because see, I can pump you up all day to go out there and hit somebody or, run this play or run that play. But in your mindset, are you ready to run that play? Because if you're going to go on that field and you're going to be weak and you have a weak mind, how are you going to defeat your opponent? That's the same way you're going to defeat the negativity that's coming into your life. We have to look at things from different ways. My thing is, if I have somebody that goes out and they cheer, how are you going to sit there and you're going to do those stunts and you're going to be fearful? So we have to make sure that you have a positive mindset and take the identity of yourself that was and make something new that is. We can't sit over here and worry about what we can't do. We got to focus on what we can do and worry about how we not worry, but focus on how we're going to get to that place. Because when you're in that mindset and you're out there and it's like that adrenaline is kicking, it's the same thing. You have that adrenaline kicking to move away the negativity, to do what you got to do and do what you're called to do.
Wow. You preaching. It's a good thing. Because
it's in me.
A true coach is what I'm saying. And, and mindset is driving away sometimes, is refocusing the mind. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more because I think sometimes meditation, mindfulness, and all of these things play a role in all of this. So I'll tell you, we're going to take a station break, but we're going to come back. We got a lot more Felicia Carter coming your way. And what we're talking about is making life happen. Making life happen. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on, to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. And that's Todd at the studios, KCBQ AM 1170 Answer FM 96.1. We'll pat you through. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Craving a slice of Chicago right here in Temecula wine country? Then dive into legendary Chicago deep dish style pizza at Rosati's Pizza Pub. Piled high with gooey cheese, rich tomato sauce, and your favorite toppings, Rosati's delivers the taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do. Hello, welcome to James Show Life. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I tell you, I'm thoroughly enjoying this interview with Felicia Y. Carter, and what we're talking about today. Just in case you're just tuning in, we're talking about making life happen, and in order to make life happen, you have to be confident in who you are. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand that there are a lot of needs and there's a lot of wants. The needs are essential to us surviving. Yes. So you won't be able to understand what the needs are if your mindset is not right. And
that's right.
If you are just a follower, just following everybody, whatever anybody say, that's where you're going. I believe that the world needs more leaders. Mm-hmm. And in order to become a leader, all of us need a coach. Mm-hmm. Football players have coaches. Coaches have coaches. We all need coaches because we don't know it all. And we have to be able to determine what the right things that are required for us to be better. And a lot of times, if we're just thinking just by ourselves and we don't need any help, you're not gonna get there. Yeah. So I say this young lady right here, I highly recommend that you reach out to her or someone like her for coaching advice. Very positive young lady this person is, and she putting it out like it is. Hey Todd, what are your thoughts on the show so far?
Oh, great show. I love Felicia's, how positive she is and her energy. Anybody that has her as a life coach is very blessed. And usually we talk about how much popcorn we've gone through. Well, I'm going through pens today because I'm taking so many notes and I'm getting all these little tidbits and stuff. Great show for our listeners. I love it. Let's get right back to Felicia.
Let's get right back to it. So, hey, Felicia, again, and we talked about a little bit just now, mindfulness. And sometimes in order for, I know me, in order for me to stay focused, sometimes I have to get to the side and meditate. Mm-hmm. Just take myself out of the equation and try to get in touch with my inner self.
Yes.
And also talk with the Lord.
Yes.
In order for me to get the right framework, the right vision, the right understanding of what I need to do, even if it's for that moment. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on that, you have to meditate sometimes. You have to take yourself out of the equation. It's like if you're always going, and you're doing for everybody else, you're not taking care of yourself. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand what self-care is. But self-care is not only for, mommy and daddy, self-care for kids too. They have to, it's like they have their sports, then, they're doing their best to keep that, 2.0 or whatever it is to play their sports. You not only sports, but, even any other club or academic thing that they may have going on in the school system. It's a lot of pressure on our youth nowadays. They, don't really know how to do anything without, a tablet, a phone, or, a computer. They have to have some kind of gadget in their hand. And if they're not, they don't have one, it's like I'm finding out they don't know how to function well. So my thing is, I tell them, you put the phone up, put it down. It's okay if somebody calls you. You need to breathe. You don't need to be in everybody's circle all the time. And especially those who are like doing 2 or 3 different activities outside of school. We need to take the opportunity to just calm down, take a deep breath, and just know that we're going to be okay. But how do you find that out? How do you do that? It's like, well, Coach Carter, oh, hey, let me explain it to you. Just get out the way of everybody else. Go to the park. If you have a car, sometimes go sit in your car. If you have like a space in your closet, go sit in your closet. Take that time to just decrease. And, if you can't talk about the feelings, as I explained earlier, start writing them out. Let it be known how you can do things. Every time, your mind gets buggled, you can't figure out, oh, I'm not going to pass that test. I'm not going to be able to do this. How do you know you can't do it? Why do you not tell yourself, I'm gonna knock this test out? I'm gonna do what I gotta do in order to make sure I remember everything. And we go over different techniques like that to help people to breathe, to help them to understand that, taking a few minutes to yourself, and not taking a few minutes for yourself just to sleep. It's more to it, because it's like, well, I did, Coach Carter. I took a nap. I took a nap for about 4 hours. Okay, well, in that 4 hours you slept. That's a good thing. Understand that. But how did you pour back into yourself? How did you tell yourself that everything's going to be okay? How did you release what is taking place with you? These are some of the things that, we need to start looking at, not only as our youth, but as adults too. How do we take this opportunity to start pouring back into ourselves so we can be a better us for somebody else?
Wow. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners why and how can setting personal goals and maintaining a routine help build the positive life that we are pursuing?
Absolutely. One of my things is setting goals, because when you set baby goals, it's like, okay, when I do my vision boards, let me explain it this way, because the way I explain it to them is like, we can do the vision board 1 or 2 or 3 ways. We can do where you're doing like your whole life at one time, which can possibly get cluttered. So that's your choice. Or we can break it down into 4 sections where you can take 4 different things that you want to work on for the next 6 months. You can do another vision board that you want to do where you can work on for the next 12 months. And then you can do your lifetime vision board. It's like you have to take the opportunity to start working through things a little bit at a time. That's like, you want to run a marathon. You can't go out there and just say, I'm just going to go run this marathon, and you not have any training to go along with it. It's the same thing with your mind. You have to take baby steps and start exercising your mind. Start telling your mind how, you want to make this happen. What goal is first? How can we help you to get there? It's like, for me today, I had this, say, I was nervous. I was, oh my God, this is my first time doing this. But it's like, Felicia, calm yourself down. You know how to speak. You know how to talk. Answer the questions and just attack what's going to be asked of you, because you've studied, you've gone through so many things, and you have life experiences to follow everything up. So I'm going to say this to close this part out. Life experiences to me speak more volume than me having the education, because I can sit here and tell you, oh, yeah, that's good. I learned on page so-and-so. No, I can go back and tell you when I was in high school as a parent, as a this, I went through it. And this is what brought me out.
Wow. I wouldn't have never imagined that you've been afraid of anything or nervous because you are so confident in yourself. And I mean, it shows as you speak. I mean, if a person wasn't confident, they'd be mumbling and all that. There's no such thing about, ain't nothing like that in you. I mean,
I just have to let them know I'm real too. So that's the behind the scenes when we, take our little commercial breaks. No, I'm joking.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a station break, but we're going to come back. I am thoroughly enjoying this interview.
Me too.
With Mrs. Carter. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be part of this great conversation, we still got some more. We're going to talk about the Imperial Valley Youth Summit event that's coming up. So I'll tell you what, when we get back, we're going to talk about that. And if you want to be part of this conversation, just pick up the phone. Dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. KCBQ, AM 1170 Answer, FM 96.1. And Todd will put you through It's Your Life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Delivers a taste of the Windy City right to your table or front door. Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, just in case you just tuning in right now, we got this absolutely fantastic guest, Felicia Y. Carter. Yeah, I used the whole name. I used it. Yeah, and what she's talking about is making life happen, and it requires you to want to make life happen. And sometimes we have to sit back. And like I was saying in the last segment, have a coach like Felicia who can help guide you through certain things to help you better understand how you can make life happen. How can you make a better you? How can you make people around you better? That's what making life happen means. It's having an understanding of who you are and what your goals are that you want to accomplish, and how to go about accomplishing those goals. And Felicia talked earlier about uh, short-term goals, mid-term goals, long-term goals. We have to be able to, I believe, have a list of short-term goals that we want to accomplish in a near time. Midterm goals is being able to accomplish the short-term goals that rolls into the mid-term goals to achieve. Then that's up to 1 year. And long-term goals is being able to establish a vision, understanding, focus, where you have to see past the tip of your nose. And she is talking about all of those things here. And so we can really talk about this event that is going on called Imperial Valley Youth Summit event. Felicia, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about that, what it is, and what's going to be going on?
Well, we have the event that's going to be taking place on November 16th, 2024 at the Brawley Boy and Girls Club in Brawley, California. The event is for our youth. It's called Imperial Valley Youth Summit, the NCAA. So the acronym for that stands for Nourishing Champions in Athletics and Academics, because this is the one thing that I always explain to people. You're a coach. You're a coach of any sport, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, tennis, hockey, whatever. You're a coach. And you teach them how to participate in that sport. But a life coach helps them to get their life ready for you to coach them on whatever sport they're playing. And then we have the academic side of it, where some of the kids may be struggling. Some of the kids have no problem being a straight A student. We want to help you balance that sports and academics. Because yes, you can do both, but guess what? You got to have the mindset to make that happen. And if you don't have the mindset and nobody's never really taught you, they just kind of say, okay, well, no, you can do it, but they're not teaching you how you can do it. That's what I'm here for. Is to explain to you how you can make things happen in your life. And on this summit, let me tell y'all something. It's free. It is free. It is free. It is free. There's no other way to say FREE, free, other than free. For our youth, allow them to come. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have food. We're going to have activities. We're going to, teach them things. We have a young lady coming from Chase Bank that's going to help them with their budgeting and giving them, tools how to start, watching their money from the time you're little until, I'm going to sit there and listen because I still need help with some things in that area too, and as, Dr. Cooley said, coaches need coaches. I have coaches that help me so that therefore I can stay on top of myself to help you. But with this summit right here, we're going to have a phenomenal time. We are going to have laughs. We're going to have jokes. We're going to be serious. We also have athletic coach coming in who's going to teach the athletic portion of it. Then we'll have another lady coming in with the Leadership Academy to help you to set your mindset, to know how your communication skills are and what's going to be taken, how you can make that work in your life. It's like, oh, I have a hard time communicating. She's going to help you with all that. She has the DISC system and everything that she can go over. It's going to be phenomenal. We're trying to get, Dr. Cooley out there to help hype y'all up. So, if that's possible, hey, let's make that happen too. But I'm telling you, it's going to be from 10 to 2 on the 16th, Saturday, November 16th. You guys come out, bring your kids. And if you feel that, well, my kid may not understand, how do you know they're not going to understand until they get there? Because one thing I choose not to do is talk over a certain level to our youth. I try to, to stay within their scene, just like, for example, the other day, what was it? No disc. It was no cap. No cap. I'm like, what is no cap? So I call my grandson. I'm like, what does this mean? What is no cap? He's like, oh, like you're like, it's not a lie. It's the truth. I said, oh, okay. So, I try to keep up with the language. So my grandkids will be like, oh, you're such a grandma. Okay, help your grandma out. You know what I mean? I want to help. I need y'all to help me so I can help everybody else when it comes, to using all this new language. Because, back then it was like, hey, we cool. We good, stuff like that. But no, it's a whole nother vibe with stuff, nowadays. And I'm like, I had to learn with how to use the word, vibe with their terms. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not your vibe.
Well, we have to learn how to surround ourselves with young mental minds, so that we can stay abreast. And we're down to the last minute and a half of the show. How can people get in touch with you? How can they donate to the cause that you're doing? Real quickly, can you tell them that?
Yes, you can use the Cash App as FY Carter 7. Again, Cash App FY Carter 7. You can donate there, or for those that have Venmo, you can go to Making Life Happen 2019 at gmail.com. And for those of you that would like to set up a consultation or get in touch with me, I do have my website. It's Making Life Felicia Carter Making Life Happen .com. And the website is under construction as of today. So I hope to have it up and running tomorrow, because I want to put a few little tweaks for all the people that are going to be coming after I did this show. So you can see that how fire I really am. No.
Wow. Felicia, I want to thank you so much. We out of time. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. We're going to do this again. I mean, I love the energy that you have and all the things that you're doing. So I want to thank you so much.
I thank you as well.
I'd like to thank Gwen for referring you to the show. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another fantastic, outstanding show. I'd like to thank my studios in California, KCBQ AM 77 The Answer. Todd, my producer there, for always doing absolutely fantastic things to promote us on the show, make us look good on the radio and everything. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and also Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, KCBQ AM 77 The Answer. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. It's your life.
The James